This next video will show you how I use Garry's Mod. For those of you who don't know what it is, Garry's Mod is a fun sandbox game where you get to toy around with objects, pose ragdoll models, create your own scenes, and even experiment with some tools and weapons if you're the destructive type. So the first thing we're going to do is open up Steam. I have the game on my Steam account. Now that we're on the Garry's Mod game page, I'll show you where the stuff comes from. This is the Steam Workshop where you can subscribe and download add-ons for whatever game has it. This is the best place to look for new mods, maps, tools, weapons, vehicles, and anything else to include in the game. Now as we go to my subscribed items list, you can see I subscribed a lot of items. I can use them for future projects, or just have fun toying around with them in the game. Subscribing add-ons to download is safe and free. Well, that depends on the rating of the item you're about to download. I'll show you how it's done. Like say I want a model of my favorite character. So I just simply click on model. Now it shows an endless library of models I would want to choose from. But just to make things quick, I can just type in the name I want to search. Like Nick Wilde from Zootopia, for example. Oh look, here's a good one. Let's click on that. After clicking on it, it will show me a preview of the whole model. And if I like it and want to play with it, I click on the subscribe button. Now that it's already subscribed, it will automatically be downloaded into the game. And speaking of the game, I can now show you how I play it and use it for fun. This will take you to the main menu. You can always start a new game and choose a map you want to toy around in. I always pick the lab map because that's where I keep my saved work in. So as we fly down to the bottom part of the map, we go through that door in the corner, and that takes us to the lab I like to go to. Yeah, I like it in here. With a computer, couch, and a rug, it made me want to improve this place more. So watch what happens when I load one of my saves. Voila! I have done some redecorating and made this place look more like a fun place to hang out. We can also socialize, entertain ourselves, do some research work, and plan cool stuff to do. It sure is a lovely place to hang out in. You want to know how I got all those objects here? From this menu. This is where you can make any prop, model, or ragdoll appear in your game. You can even add in the stuff you subscribed and downloaded from the workshop. Once you have the object in the map, you can move stuff around with the physics device you're holding there. It can move almost anything in the world. It takes some practice to getting used to, but I got the hang of it more after playing and learning all these years. And if I ever make a mistake and have to try again without starting all over, I can just load my previous save. Now you know the basics of maps and moving props. It's time to make a scene. First, we'll add a ragdoll model. I can find the subscribed models and objects in the list on the left. We'll put Nick Wilde in as an example, because he's my best favorite character. As the ragdoll appears where you're facing, you can pick it up and drag it around with the physics device, and move his body parts too. But the best way to make him stand upright, I use the stand pose tool I subscribed. There, he's standing up perfectly now. Next, I'll show you how to pose and move the body parts. The best and easier way to do it is to use the subscribed ragdoll mover tool. This will allow me to select the model's bones, like the arms, elbows, neck, hands, legs, knees, and feet. So as I click on one of the joints, I get to move and bend them in the position I want. Now this and the stand-up tool won't first appear in the game. Some of the easy-to-use tools you may have to subscribe and download from the Steam Workshop. But there are some tools that were already installed in the game when you first start it, like the finger pose tool. That's how you can position the model's thumbs and fingers. The face poser tool lets you change the model's facial expression into how you want the character to react. And the eye poser lets you position where you want the eyes to look at. Now I made Nick look like he's winking and clicking at someone. So this looks like a good moment to take a screenshot. Once I select the camera tool, I need to position the camera at the right place to take the screenshot. And the screenshot is saved into my hard drive. It may look like Nick is not interacting with someone, but I can put in one of my saved PNGs in the screenshot to make it look like he is. Now first we're going to move Nick way over there, because now I'm going to add another model, and I'm going to pose it and change its facial expression. Now it looks like Nick is clicking at Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot. And it looks like a good time to take a screenshot. But wait, here's a helpful tip on taking better view pictures. If you press V on your keyboard, you'll get to fly anywhere in the map. Hold the control key to move slowly, and once you're happy with what you're looking at, that's where you can take a good picture from where you're facing. After I took some good screenshots, I click on one of them from the Steam page. Then once I click back, I go to the screenshots page, select all, have them show on disk, then I copy the files and paste them into the folder I want to keep them in. It's all too simple. Now to do some editing. Since I have a widescreen monitor, that's the length how my screenshots always are. To make them fit in everybody else's screen and YouTube's video size, I always crop the pictures with the exact size that normally needs to be. And that is how I make such amazing scenes and screenshots with Garry's mod. It is a really cool and fun game. You should try it someday if you're interested. Next video, I will show you how I make stuff overlap other characters in the background and animate stuff with PowerPoint. See you next video!